So somebody guide me, what do I do now? Namaskar.
I think you sit for a while.
Mother is coming.
Yeah, sure. You'll sit for a while.
Wherever you say. Thank you. Then you will be. Next one of the right and left. Would you go back? Including one of Swami and your fathers. So, where all did you go in this? नमस्कार जी, स्वामी का कृपा से सब लोग ठीक। आप कैसे हैं? याद आ रहे हैं पुराना
Respected Mrs. Kulwantrai, Professor Ganeshan Venkataraman, Sri Satyajit, distinguished guests, colleagues, and students, I welcome you all to the third Dr. Kulwantrai Memorial Lecture. We gathered today remembering our founder and chairman, Dr. Kulwantrai, on the occasion of his 89th birth anniversary, that was on the 4th of November. Dr. Kulwantrai left us for his heavenly abode just over 2 years ago, but we remember him each day through the schools and institutions he built. It was his passion for education that was formally reflected in the starting of the Banyan Tree School here at Lodi Road in 1986. The Institute for Integrated Learning in Management, IILM, was established a few years later by Dr. Rai. Today, 7 high schools are living his vision in Delhi, Gurgaon, Jaipur, Chandigarh, Jagdishpur, Lucknow, and Bhopal, lighting up the lives of more than 5,000 children. IILM too has grown under his wings from 60 students and one campus in 1993 to 5 campuses with multiple programs and over 2,000 students. From 1986 onwards, Dr. Kulwant Rai spent the majority of his time in education and to service under the Sri Sathya Sai organization. Dr. Rai truly believed his success was because of the grace of God and that he must devote his life in the service of the less fortunate. He served as the state president of the Bhagwan Sri Sathya Sai organization in North India and also as a trustee of the Sri Sathya Sai Central Trust. It is through the Sri Sathya Sai organization and service to Swami that Dr. Kulwant Rai came in touch with Professor Venkataraman in the early 90s. The relationship deepened when, in March 1999, Bhagwan Baba visited Delhi for the inauguration of the Sri Sathya Sai International Center. Professor Venkataraman, along with Sri Satyajit, accompanied Swami and stayed with him at Dr. Rai's residence. It is not only appropriate, but our privilege to have an eminent scholar like Professor Ganeshan Venkataraman, a person who has known Dr. Kulwant Rai for many years, to deliver the third Dr. Kulwant Rai Memorial Lecture. Let me take the honor of introducing him to the audience. Professor Venkataraman started his career as a scientist at the Bhabha Atomic Research Center in Mumbai. 18 years hence, he became Director of Physics, Electronics and Instrumentation Groups, Head Computer Center, Head Library and Information Services of the Indira Gandhi Center for Atomic Research. In 1987, he became Founder Director of the Advanced Numerical Analysis and Resource Group of DRDO. The first 2 decades of Professor Venkataraman's career were largely focused towards basic and applied research, which led to the publication of many papers in international journals in the areas of neutron scattering, some aspects of condensed matter physics, and also material science. Professor Venkataraman has written 2 monographs published respectively by MIT Press Boston and Springer Verger in Germany, and 1 major internationally acclaimed scientific biography of Sri C.V. Raman, Journey into Light, Life and Science of C.V. Raman. Professor Venkataraman served as the Vice Chancellor of the Sri Sathya Sai Institute for Higher Learning for 2 years in 96 to 98. After retirement, he has published a few books related to spirituality, including an exhaustive biography of Sri Sathya Sai Baba. Apart from being an honorary professor at the Sri Sathya Sai Institute of Higher Learning, Dr. Venkataraman currently teaches, writes, and broadcasts over the Sai Baba's Ashram website. He is the recipient of the Sri C.V. Raman Award in 1974, Raman Centenary Medal 1988, Indira Gandhi Award of Indian National Science Academy in 1994, Raman Medal of the Indian Science Congress 2004, awarded Padam Shri in 1990. Sir, it is an honor to have you with us. May I now request you to please deliver the third Dr. Kulwant Rai Memorial Lecture.
Thank you. At the outset, I would like to offer my humble pranams at the lotus feet of Bhagwan Sathya Sai Baba, because of whose grace we are all here today. I am very grateful to you, Madam Director, for the kind introduction, and let me greet all of you, starting with Revered Mrs. Kulwant Rai and distinguished guests, and not forgetting Anil, whose persuasion I am here in Delhi. I am really grateful to be here today. I don't know how many of you are familiar with the topic of my talk, so it's there already. I'm going to talk about growth, stability, and order, their role in shaping the future of humanity. Planners, by that I mean economic planners, have only one mantra these days, which is that development can come only through the growth of GDP. I'm not too sure this assumption is correct, and I'm entitled to my skepticism because I'm not an economist. And being a physicist, I would like to examine this and related propositions through the prism of nature and its laws. And I do this because Swami always says nature is the best teacher. So when he says it, I'm going to take it very seriously. Now, the first topic I'm going to discuss under this, in this lecture is growth and stability in nature. What lessons does nature have to teach us? And I'm going to talk about something you may not have bothered about, which is the height of mountains. I don't know how many of you have wondered, why are there no mountains higher than Everest? There are mountains higher than Everest in the moon, but not on Earth. Why is that? What wrong did we commit? Well, a very distinguished physicist named Victor Weisskopf, whose name will come up again later, asked this question to high school students many, many years ago when they came for a visit to CERN, the laboratory in England, Switzerland, where the Higgs boson was discovered. I'll tell more about him later, but let's take a look at Professor Weisskopf. This is Professor Weisskopf teaching in MIT. He was a distinguished professor of physics. Now, let me go to the next slide. This is about what happened, why mountains' height is limited. I don't know whether I will have the time to explain all of it, but the essence is very simple. You know, the mountain will exert a weight on the ground that is below it. The bigger the mountain, the higher the mountain, the more weight it will exert, pressure. If the mountain is too tall, the pressure will be so much that the ground beneath will get hot and it will melt. The moment it melts, it's a liquid, the mountain will start sinking. So there is a sort of a limit. And in other words, there's a tussle between growth and stability. If the mountain has to be stable, it cannot grow beyond a point. And that is the first lesson we get from nature. I now want to make a slightly different point, and this I will do by going to the next slide, which shows a rainforest. There are many kinds of rainforest. Temperate rainforest is one of them. A tropical rainforest is another. And let us say we take a tropical rainforest. Now, next slide, please. This shows a couple of trees growing in a tropical rainforest. Now, as it is, there is a whole lot of physics connected with how tall a tree can grow. It is connected with what you call how much sunlight it will get, especially for the lower leaves at the lower level, how difficult it will be for water to reach to the top, and so on and so forth. But when you look at